What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy, welcome back to the channel, and hey, as always, happy Friday. We're here today for another episode of The Lost Lands of Golarion. Today, it's all about Vudra. As always, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, helps out a lot. Before we get underway, this episode of The Lost Lands of Golarion was brought to you in part by Lord Minot. My friend, thank you for all your support. Now, let's dive in. So, Vudra is a vast peninsula extending from southeastern Kazmaron with a total area about the size of Avestan. Also known as the Impossible Kingdoms, Vudra consists of more than 100 Mahajanapadas, I think I'm saying that right, which are semi-independent kingdoms ruled by Rajas. The Rajas in turn serve the Maharaja, who is an emperor-like figure, descended from Keban Salb. And we talk a lot about Keban Salb when we talk about Nex and Jalmaray on the Inner Sea region, a 5-minute tour. If you guys want to catch up, follow this card right up here to be directed. According to the Vudrani people, the people who live on Vudra, their homeland has been in existence for 50,000 years, which makes it older even than the rise of Aslant. The foreign scholars from other parts of the world, however, dismiss this as exaggeration. By the middle 300s AR, Vudra was culturally united, but politically split amongst 100 kingdoms of varying degrees of interdependence. During this time, the spawn of Rovagug, called Kothgaz, the Dance of Disharmony, came upon the chaotic region and wrought destruction. A hero whose name is unknown outside Vudra led the defense of this land, and in a battle that supposedly cost 1 million Vudrani lives, the hero priest cast the spawn into the ocean and boiled it, weakening it to the point that the creature's heart could be extracted. In addition to Vudra being the home to humans, half-elves, tieflings, particularly Fault Spawn, Spite Spawn, and Beast Brood tieflings, Garudas, Ratfolk, and Rexashas, Vudra is the home of the god Irori, who is one of the core gods of the incredibly diverse and complicated Vudran pantheon, as well as we all know, a core deity in the Inner Sea region. The Vudran pantheon includes thousands of gods. We see a couple of them in distant shores. The chaotic neutral goddess of canyons, Ashukarma, the lawful neutral goddess of the Matra River, Matravash, as well as Omrataji, the neutral good god of silver, silverwork, and silver mining. But again, thousands of gods exist in the pantheon. Now, if I were to bring my adventurers to Vudra, off the top of my head, the first thing that comes to mind is the Rixasha. They're a race of outsiders that we all know as tigers with weird backwards hands and also other crazy things as well that I've really wanted to use but never really got the chance to do so. There was a point in time in my career when I was GMing at a game store and one of the kids who played was playing a paladin who worshipped Irori. I was planning on handing him a awakened white tiger for his mount, and we'd fight a bunch of Rixashas all throughout time, but it was never meant to be. Maybe one of these days I'll get really lucky and I'll have something like a human cavalier with an elephant with a bunch of ballista on top firing down, or maybe monks that actually make sense in the setting and are running around somewhere like Cheliax or Andoran as a transplant from the Dragon Empires, or here, but time will tell. Of course, like everywhere else on Golarion, Vudra has its own real-world equivalent. This time we're looking at India. Everything from the Buddha being the core deity to the Rixashas running around to Maharajas, it's all right there. And India on planet Earth is a very interesting region with a lot of really diverse culture, to say nothing of the diverse and complex pantheon. So if we can see that in our role-playing games in more than just the iconic monk and the iconic psychic, I'm down. But what do you guys think about Vudra? Have you adventured here? Have you played a Vudrani character? Or maybe had a campaign where Rixashas were the main adversary? Hey, you know, if we get lucky, maybe, just maybe, we'll get a little more Vudra in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and maybe we'll even see it in Doomsday Dawn, the playtest adventure, which we're running right here on Black Dragon Gaming. You guys have until the 2nd of July, which is just under a month away, to follow this card right up here to be directed to our giveaway. 6 lucky subscribers will play the first ever published bit of content for Pathfinder 2nd Edition right here. Anywho, that's all we got for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos. The next episode of The Lost Lands of Golarion, where we cover the Padishah Empire of Kalesh, drops next Friday.